सबको मेरा नमस्कार. This is International Master and FIDE Senior Trainer Sekhar Sahu welcomes you. On behalf of Sports Authority of Gujarat and Gujarat State Chess Association to this intermediate training session. We will be discussing some classic games of Anderson and some practical end games, followed by some rather simple studies. Now, first I present you between two great players. Both are legendary great players, Anderson and Larson. Very simple way. Larson is playing the opening safest way, easiest way. Okay, no problem. This is fine. This is maybe bishop e7 is rather more comfortable, but anyway, it is a matter of choice. The position is roughly equal now. Both have connected. Now the development completed, and now minor pieces are all well set. Okay. Hello, Suresh Bhai Chawda, Kishore Saha, Aksar Jala, Vela, Veerabhadra Singh, Tanmay Ajmera, Walay Vassal Parikh, and all welcome. Kanak Dekhwai diya. Perfectly equal position. Queen takes f5 is very risky, so knight e4 will come. So this is fine. Okay. So black takes. Now chance wants to advance. Now this is unnecessary. There is no need to go for initiative. Just double on the D line. Black should simply double the rooks. Simply double the rooks and it is equal position. After rook D7, rook D8, it is equal, draw. But black is a player who never compromised with anybody, not even with world champions. And Larson was a great fighter. I would compare him with Reti. Reti in his time, he never compromised with anybody. So also Bent Larson. Bent Larson was world number 2 for some time. Now, this is an interesting position. This is why should you take now bishop into d3 will win for black because after fd3 ed3 the d2 pawn will fall with great advantage. Why should you take? So there is a simple solution rook d2. Now we want to threaten bishop d3. So black has just wasted time with unnecessary moves. Now rook d8 still the game is very much in control of black. There should be no problem. But once again, he tries to force matters. It is a bad thing. A player should not stretch game. A draw position, draw. Somehow I will win the game. It doesn't work. Now, quite punished. Well, other moves are not good. If you go back knight f6, it makes no sense. That means it was just a bluff. So he comes. Very well played. Now white wants to now make the pawn break. So the king will be unsafe. So he is ready to play rg1, g4 and may slip the king. Now the idea move. Now he is ready to play rook coming g1 and the king will slip. This is important. Challenging. It is now plus minus. The position is now white has the better bishop and now king is more active. So black has unnecessary mishandled but still far away. I want to go to a position. Well played. Now the winning plan comes. The queens exchange, the game is winning. Suppose queens are off the board, then white has better bishop. The black bishop at b7 is not doing any activity. Then the king, white king is more active. But the technique is very important. Check. Now queen e8 will lose a piece. Queen e8, bishop f6 is come. And queen f8 is also bad because I will exchange that the bishop into f6 with a terrible structure. So, nice move. Now idea knight into the queen h4 is winning. This position is winning. Finally, white managed to exchange queen. Now the technical part. The material is equal. If you look at the material, equal, but white has a trump, the pass pawn. This plays the key role. Okay, this is far from easy because it is not easy to win just with the pawn. White has to make another weakness. Rule of two weakness. Now, now one weakness for black. The white's pass pawn is a weakness for black, but he can handle. Hello, I don't know. Hello, Bhakti Rajai, Simran Rajai, Gautam Rathod. Okay, I will see the games of Tata Steel from today afternoon. Hello, Devers. Your stream has stopped due to some problem. Okay, it is working. Okay, all right. Because the battery was down, so hardly 1%. So I was not alert. Anyway, luckily it started. Okay, so this is win exchange is did, and then the win is interesting. I must show you. I don't know. I will call the expert if he can fix this. Please give me a minute. हेलो अर्पित भाई। एक्चुअली क्या है, बीच मेरा पावर कुछ बैकअप नहीं था, तो बैटरी डाउन हो गया। लेकिन फिर से इमीडिएटली चालू किया तो स्क्रीन चालू हो गया, लेकिन वीडियो इज स्टक। यानी कि बोर्ड में चल रहा है, आवाज जा रहा है, बट माय माय फेस इज स्टक देयर। बोर्ड दिख रहा है। हाँ हाँ, मैं चालू करता हूँ सर, चालू करता हूँ। हाँ, चालू कर दिया। 128632095। अभी मैं चेक करता हूँ साहब, 1 मिनट है। हो गया। मैं चेक कर, थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू वेरी मच, थैंक यू। ओके, या, दिस ending is winning. So I want you to find plan how one can win such hand. अभी हम कैसे जीतेंगे? What should be the plan? Now one pass pawn, but we have to create a second weakness. Then only you can win. So Anderson created a second weakness very nicely. Here idea, knight wants to go to b5, then create a second weakness. So he stops. Idea to play pawn a5. Now you cannot allow the king. Now the point is the king cannot come because the knight is watching an important weakness. And if you come and take bishop into knight, then a two pass pawn. So problem either way. Now he wants to create a second weakness. Now the idea of the move is to play a5, and then knight will come and pick up the pawn. a5. You have to take it, otherwise pawn takes pawn, and then uh, knight a8. I will force. This is winning. The game is much more easier now, and the king plays an important role. Force rather. You cannot give the f5 pawn. So now the return. What is the winning plan? It is not easy because the bishop is dominating yet the knight. So the things are looks like a draw. But white finds some wonderful plan here. How should you play? Continue. Good night and bad bishop. Anderson, Capablanca, Smyslov, Petrosian. They have created many positions just by theme good knight, bad bishop. Exchange all the pieces, knight versus bishop. Normally, I will tell you, let me tell you vividly and objectively, bishop is a superior piece because not all the time the positions are close. Close positions are coming, but not often. I mean, around 70% times or 75% times we get open positions. So, bishop is a superior piece in open position. In close position, especially when the pawns are fixed, as the pawns are not static, they cannot change the character. So, knight is very strong in such positions. Knight is better than the bishop in such position. But same material, suppose we change a pawn configuration little bit. For example, now imagine there is a pawn on instead of h3 on d2 and black pawn on g6. It is white is superior. So everything changes according to the characteristic of pawns. Now white is winning, but it is not an easy plan. Very difficult in the hands of only a master. This is winning. Vigyan Seva NB3. Hello, Arun Master. Now, what a wonderful plan he demonstrates. Force, you cannot wait. Now, knight. Now, he's taken care of. The knight and pawn taking care so that the king cannot enter now. The next job is the kings will come quickly. Now, the king should come quickly, and then winning. And the knight is watching the pawn. You have to better. You have to watch the weakness. King, nothing better. King. Now this is a winning position. Now the position, once the king reaches here, the point of the king c3, after king, white does not care for the loss of the pawn. For example, you presume the king is coming and taking. Now if you come after taking the pawn, king a4, king a3, king a2, king, it is too slow. It is too slow. And then if you play, and also I can interfere with the king c2, I can play king c2 also. And if you take the pawn and try the useless pawn, because even if you come a3, a2, white king is in ideal place. That means the king is fantastic using the purpose of defense and obstruction. Very ideal. And in the meanwhile, by that time you do, you will collect the bishop for the pawn. For the pawn, you will collect a bishop. That's the point. Now, king c3 and now comes. Now, advance. Now the bishop is go. Now you bring the knight all the way to f6. You bring the knight coming quickly, and now knight f8. I'll collect the bishop. The king is so strongly placed, obstructing. There is no entry for the king to go this side. And one piece down, it is become very easy. Nothing. The king still, his pawn is hardly giving trouble. Then next, knight will come and take it. You can't do anything. Okay. Suppose you push the pawn king, you attack knight. Now you come. This is just finished. So I am checking up the modern theory Nasdaq has white once. I finish share with you. Okay. Okay. Now this position, the plan, rule of two weakness. And normally I will tell you, Anderson, Capablanca, Petrosian, Smyslov, they handle the knight is very nice. In the hands of Paganian, Salo. But 75% time, if you take the statistics, I would, in my opinion, around 75% time, bishop is superior. In a 10 games, 7 games, bishop is superior, 3 games or 2 games, knight is superior, maybe 1 or 2 draw. So, open games, you have to be very careful about the bishop. Rook and bishop versus rook and knight. Pawns on both wings. Rook and bishop is better. However, queen and knight is a good pair. They go together very well. Queen and knight. Of course, queen and bishop rarely. I will show a position today, queen and bishop versus queen. So let us go. So do not think that knight is superior or bishop superior depending on position, but majority time the bishop superior. The double bishop means grandmaster prepare. So they have the right, they have the choice to keep the right bishop and exchange the other bishop. That's it. Normally, when double bishop open position, you can attack, take the initiative. Anderson Larson, one more game. Mark mind. This should be Mark bind should not be a problem. There is no need. You can just play bishop d7 and take the knight and bishop c6. You should play this one. Idea knight and this. So not good move. Not bad move, but not on priority. Please note, a5 is not a bad move. Priority is bishop d7. Why bd7? Because you have a choice of queen a5. After bishop here, you take knight and bishop c6, knight d7, a5, queen coming. So there is alternative. The a5 move can come later. So no hurry. Now he is using the same idea, with a different move order, but everything changes now. Everything is now different. Okay, I will show you one game how to handle with the against the Marokzi bind. I will show you one game. White stands better. Now this plan, when the rook is supporting the queen, that e7, c7 problem, there are a lot of targets in this camp. So exchange of queen with nd5 is desirable. This white is clearly better now. Here after this white is better because the only move black must go back to queen d8. Now though it is passive, it is bad. Now the position is plus minus. So he should go back now, and this is worst. Look into now take. Now the pawn is attacked. The pawn a2 is pawn is attacked. How should white play? Yes, Ramakrishna, knight is best defender of king, but normally attack is one part of the game. So always you should see which piece is useful, middle game and end game. Knight is a good defender. Knight is a good in attack and good in defense also. A knight near your king, you will have a lot of resources. Okay, never mind. Find out what should white do now. Vigyapana Seva says VC5. Hello, Niranjan, Navalgund. BC4 come to mind, but BC4 is a natural move, but you have more aggressive. Bishop C4, I think he will survive. On Bishop C4, he will survive. Yes, Suraswai Chawda rook into knight. So grandmasters, they know the pulse of initiative, the pulse of the position. Now, after rook into bishop into c5, under attack, under attack. More importantly, the pass pawn will play an important role. I will create a central pass pawn. Now bishop c4, it is possible. After bishop c4, he can play rook c8, and now knight b3, and now this is counter play. Black will survive. Black will survive the game now. Next knight will come and knight will struck. So instead of playing this initiative, all the top class players today, even in the past, They know the pulse of the position, when and where grab the initiative. His Bobby Fischer mastered this art to know the right time to grab initiative. With white or black, doesn't matter. So he went up. And there are a lot of people found out what is he doing, and they also did. Today, even any young grandmaster also doing same thing. Grab the initiative at the first opportunity. Look into knight, punch, take, take. Now the whole point is, now the pass pawn is been created at two pieces. At two pieces, the pass pawn. A decisive role. Idea why this, at least knight should not get trapped sometime. The knight should have a retreat sometime. Ready. Of course, it is not getting trapped right away. This. Now I don't want to e5 d6. Okay, the whole point is, if you play d6, the pawn will go to one square and that knight will come to d6. So I don't care the knight is being released, it will play hardly an important resource. Okay, now e5, knight coming there. No exchange, this is hardly playing any difference in the position. It is over. It's a lucrative square for the knight, for the bishop, and this is just a bad. This is so it is having no counterplay, and apart from a weakness, d7. Now he is threatening to play g5. So we should be alert about it. Now g5 can be met with g3. Welcome. Now knight will come to d5. Welcome. Knight f6 check. Lost. There is no g5 counterplay. Now g5 means hg and g3 maintaining the whole structure. The position is completely lost. I mean, lost either in the sense black has no counterplay. White will keep on improving and give threat after threat, threat after threat. Oh, this is nothing. Check. Take whatever way you take nd7. You take with the rook, you take with the king. Hardly it matters. That means I will get my exchange material back and extra pawn, extra central pass pawn on sixth rank. Hopeless position. So the point is here. Where is the mistake? Here the mistake is you should not play a5. This is not priority. Simple bd7. Okay, I will show you a game. A simple game by Grandmaster Peterson. Peterson. The same position. Now here he played a5. At this moment, after the castle, why a5? Now bd7 is safe. Idea simple. I want to take the knight and plant the bishop and knight d7. That's all. After that, everything is okay. So knight into, now bd7. Now a5. Okay, anchoring the c5 square. Now exchanging the bishop. That is what I want. Then knight c5 is very happily placed. So modern players play some bishop c1, bishop a3, rook c1, etc. In any case, black has counterplay. In any case, black has counterplay on the dark squares. Okay. So I can still play knight to c5, queen to b6. No problem. But in this case, he plays now queen b6. Want to play queen b4. He is preparing to play queen b4. Then a4 will come later on the night. So stops queen b4. Why this move? Because the queen is miserably placed here. And if you come here, you achieve nothing. The rook is unused. So all the pieces are getting no traffic jam. All the pieces are very well placed. And the queen also can come here to f8. In the f8, I can exchange. I can play the queen on g7, try to exchange the bishop. This is fine. Now regrouping starts. This is not at all a good idea to weaken the structure with it. This is not a good counterplay is coming. Unnecessary weakening the structure. Black is comfortable. At least equal. Maybe little better now. Okay. So Wolf Anderson, you know, he had the pulse for end game. When a player gets, doctor just test you. So you are just doctor. You have to opening, how to play the pulse of opening. That means it is pure hard work. I would say opening is nothing but pure hard work. Then nowadays they add the engine analysis also, how to improve further. Lot of data you collect. Second, the main chess fight goes in middle game, which is the hardest part because number of themes are more. In end game, there are 12, 14 themes. I would say creation of a pass pawn is a theme. Huh? There is a creating zugzwang is a theme, and triangulation is a theme. Domination in end game is a theme, or creating a fortress is a theme. Creating mating net with little material is a theme. Okay, a typical mating patterns with a little material is a theme, and good night bad bishop or bad bishop good night, and rook and two pawn versus two minor pieces, queen versus two rooks. You know there are obstruction, opposition in king pawn endgame, placement of king, a typical pawn structure, coincide majority, outside pass pawn. So there are 14, 15 themes are there in endgame, not many. In opening, there are 15 to 18 principles. You understand the principle well, you know the master games, and you create your own opening repertoire. उसके बाद आप ओपनिंग अच्छा खेल सकते हैं. So opening absolutely no problem. The easiest part in chess is opening. Now, if you want to become a grandmaster or a national champion of your category, first you have to master the basic endgames. Number one. Why? Because every time your calculation and judgment will boil to basic endgame. Number one, basic endgame. I have recommended 2 3 books. Basic Chess Ending by Balasov, fantastic book. Then, who is the next one? I told you, Alexander Panchenko. His 2 books are really good. Endgame Theory and Practice. Believsky Mikhail Jason 3 books. Very good. Okay, Dorosky's book, Endgame, Manual of Endgame, and Critical Position in Endgame Analysis. Great books. Auerbach's books are very good. So, master the basic endgame from any book. Even basic chess and what is this? Batford chess ending is also okay, not bad. Then you can master the middle game by studying lot of classics, analyzing, studying the games of world champions, games of great grandmasters. So you have to master the middle game. Number of themes are many, 50, 60, 80, many themes. Open file, pawn structure, and then attacking the king, defending the king, and then intermezzo. Lot of tactical combination, positional sense. So middle game themes are very difficult. Okay, a player might know the middle game themes, but he must use in time. That means when I am playing a middle game, all the themes must know. This theme is working well. Opponent cannot have counter attack. This theme should apply applied here. And there are 2 themes classic. So you need to master the art of middle game not by reading books, by analyzing yourself. Reading books will only help you, but analyzing yourself, you really understand and go further. So any good coach will tell you study the master the basic endgames and analyze simple middle game strategy and then have a opening report. Then your result will automatically improve. Okay, coming to this game here, the position is plus minus. Oh, sorry, minus plus. I leave this because the 2 bishops are aiming queen side and now black stands better. I leave only opening part I wanted to show you. Next, Anderson Lane. The harmless opening. Black is very comfortable. Now, now white's plan is to play b4, b5, and a4, opening the position. Black makes idea going away because after b4, b5, queen b3 will come. So a prophylactic move. Everything is fine. So white is ready for expansion now. Okay, this is very acceptable. This is not necessary. Now white should start an attack. Sorry, black should start an attack. He should play now something like a queen coming to this one. Maybe c6 first. C6. Stop the knight entry. And then he will start coming, and then this break should plan. And the queen should come this side. Because white is having a clear upper hand on the queen side. So you must you must find other side activity. If black will play on the queen side, you will only further weaken. It is not that easy this position. Black should play now queen e8, g5, queen g6, or without queen also f4. Sacrifice the pawn to open line. But he played this assume. This is passive and bad. Now he will not get chance again. Now the position, this is a bad move. At least c5 is to the point. After c5, the structure is not that easy. Now fe5 is no problem. So this is a more solid position to play c5. I don't know. Now the many times grandmaster they are in two mind to play for a win or play for a draw. Grandmaster line is good positionally. Is good in endgame. c5 is simply equal. I would say this is an equal position. But more ambitious and this bad move. And now white grabs the initiative. So you have to take it. C6 is not working. Take, and now better position. Bishop into is bad, pawn into is bad. So, so here this is bad position for black. So you have to play here knight into knight. This is looks good. Minus position. This is really bad position now. Good move. Now whatever way you play, it is lost. Bad. It is getting bad to us. Immediate threat is winning a piece. Okay, the position is bad. Now also it is not all is not over. He should now still he should play now the king to g8, getting a room for your pieces. This is better. But he played another bad. Why this is bad? The player should know a rook is ये rook ऐसा ही नहीं है. In the line you are coming in front of the rook. So it is ridiculous. After the king move, I think the game is plus minus. White is better, but not easy win. Not an easy win. But this is just a positional blunder or a strategic blunder. You can say this is a strategic blunder. So what should white do now? Actually, Prithviraj Bhomik, that book is very expensive on Amazon. Okay, I have written my mail. Anybody, you send a mail, or I will send the book to somebody. Please forward to others. I cannot send to everybody. I will send to somebody. Somebody take a volunteer. I will send the book so everybody can take from him. Please send somebody who is volunteer and give me the mail. I will send the book. Okay. Okay. What should white do? Any of you become a volunteer, give me your email ID. I will give the book Balasav and Plant Setter. So he can pass, anybody wants can take from him. Because I cannot do to hundreds of people. Somebody should be volunteer. Okay. Alright. Why this is Queen F6 is bad? There comes Vigyapana Seva. Correct move. Punishment. G4. Ganpat ho gaya. This is just lost. Lost for black. Now, if bishop moves, knight e6 is crossing. Piece chala jayega. You will lose a piece. Bishop moves, knight e6, bishop into bishop, knight into knight, free. This is the point. The king should have been here. Now, bishop cannot move. Suppose you move the bishop, knight is coming. Queen attack. जाए तो जाए कहाँ? अभी king here, queen f8 would have come. If king was here, queen f8, queen h8 would have come. Lost position, piece is lost. You go somewhere, bishop into bishop and queen into knight. So you can't move. G4. तुमको क्वीन f6 कैसा खेलता है? वो भी ग्रैंड मास्टर है. हो सकता है टाइम ट्रबल. आई डोंट नो. इट कुड बी अ रीजन ऑल्सो. गया अभी कुछ नहीं होगा. क्वीन दो रुक टू मच. एक ही मूव किंग. अभी तीन पीस है. क्वीन के लिए 3 पीस. यू कैनॉट मूव द बिशप ऑल्सो ना. पॉन तीन तीन पीस क्या खेलेगा? हाँ? 3 पीस के साथ क्वीन क्या करेगा? लॉस्ट. The game actually is not interesting, but I'm going for a particular position. I will go for a particular position. Not interesting game. It is rather so. Here, white is clearly better because the d5 and the superior pawn structure, but not winning. The position white is better. Okay. White black wants to now reel out of the pin. He wants to play some queen a8 and equal. Now good move. Now the plan, if you are delaying, you will move the queen and then rook coming and equal position. But I will not give time. Well played. Now knight into pawn, rook into rook is coming, knight into pawn is coming. So you have to defend. Now good move. The threat on a6 pawn. The pulse of the position. And now queen into. White has got a superior position, but the win is far away, still far away. Idea. Now the pawn is dying. So better to make it double pawn. If you have to lose the pawn, at least destroy the structure. Okay. The position is white is plus, but not clearly winning. Idea rook c2 counterplay and rook into pawn. Now I suggest players to study some position. Those who are little advanced players. I mean, Beliavsky and Mikhail Jasin. They have written 3 beautiful endgame books. In that, the rook ending with an extra outside pass is discussed. Some positions can be won, some position can be drawn. This particular position, if you remove the minor pieces, it is a draw. This is a draw. Remove the minor pieces. The rook ending is a draw. You have to study Beliavsky Mikhail. I don't have with me. I am going to get my books in another 1 month. All my books. I have around 1,000 chess books. So I will give example. I don't have with me. Fantastic diagrams from that book. This rook ending is a draw without minor pieces. Even though extra pawn, the king on g7, he cannot win. So here, okay, no progress. Threat bishop into e3. Okay. Now the position, it is a drawn position. The position is equal. What should white do? Black can draw the game. Now, how black should play? Black to play. Now, rook d6. Now the position is black to play and draw. Remis. Remis. Okay. Now the whole point is rook a2 draw. No, no, no. Don't play. See, end game, do not weaken the tactics. Don't do that. This is not going to work. Now, this is not going to work. Pawn into pawn. Here, don't do tricks. You are helping a pass pawn will come. Also. No, this is not correct. The structure is safe, solid. Just come here. Draw. Now you come here. I'm going to repeat. You can't win this. There is no chance. Absolutely no chance. Now you can rook here. Rook. Now it is not winning. Or you can give a check and push. This is not winning. It should draw only. Now you draw. There is no entry. Now you push the pawn. No, no entry. And you cannot come leave second rank. And if you come king f3 is also not doing any work because king cannot cross over. It is one and the same thing. It is one and the same thing. Draw. Believers Mikhail used to study from that book. So instead of playing here rook to a2, which is draw, he played bad move king because the idea that I will come here and pick the pawn. This is lost. After the move king f8, why it is now winning? Simple rook here draw. That is why I showed you the diagram that this sort of error a player should not do. After the king move, simply winning now. Now lost. This is winning. The reason is that black cannot hide. Here to 2-3 moves black has wasted. So white will improve the game. Now the rook on here it is a passive rook. Rook on a8 is a passive rook. But now the pawn is on 7th rank and rook is active. That means the king has to all the time watch. This is the whole point. Now, pawn on the 7th rank. The rook is tied down. You have no time to grab. Suppose you play, suppose next I will come king f1 into 2. I will come king e1, kd1. Now, supposing here he played this. Now, suppose you cut off. Suppose. Now, the king will come all the way. You have no time to take because of the 7th rank pawn. And then the king will come to a3, a3, a2, all these things will come. This is lost. कुछ नहीं होगा. Whatever you do, time running out. Rook into pawn. Pick up another pass pawn. This is hopeless. Two pass pawns. Design. So the whole point is you need to recognize your strength. Okay, Paris Kumar, good afternoon. John Nunn is supposed to be an expert of King's Indian defense. And he has created a lot of brilliant games. He has beaten very strong grandmasters. Okay, the system, the main system here is to play e5, and then castle knight. This is the main system in the King's Indian defense. Okay. Now if you play this, Mar del Plata, they call Mar del Plata variation. But anyway, Petrosian system is also okay. What he did here. Now this is also okay, not bad. So good move. Okay, nothing wrong. Now the position he should have played now immediately d5. Now a5 is okay. Now d5. This is the critical position. White is slightly better here because white pieces are more coordinated compared to black c8 bishop and rook a8 is not in action. So white is having little better game here. Little plus equal. Okay. But he played this move which is not so good. Not so good. I will discuss that some other time. Let me finish this end games. Ramakrishna, I will discuss in another class. NG4 plan in English attack. So now if pawn f4 is coming. Now this is a chronic weakness. After this, it is very bad. The point is, a pawn weakness on f5 will be permanent. अभी भी इतना कुछ हुआ नहीं है. Now the correct move should play a5. Black's correct play, he should play a5 and bring the queen to a5. This is how his activity should go on. But bad move. Now pawn into, and this is a chronic weakness. So how should you handle the position? चलो भाई इनको अभी खाना का इनका डाइनिंग टेबल रेडी करना है. They cannot wait. Give me 1 minute, please. Okay. F5 weakness 6. F5 weakness correct. Now apart from the D6 weakness, this is another weakness. And because in the G5 also a break will come at right time. This will G4 come at right time also. So this is bad. So the F5 was a chronic weakness. Now the game is very easy. Want to exchange rooks? अभी कुछ नहीं बचेगा. The position is just minus. मारो मारना ही पड़ेगा मारना पड़ेगा. Okay. Now queen. It is just screw into मार दो. Knight back bishop. Exchange that. Is winning the game. All this thing will not work. Bad king position. Forced. Rather forced. नहीं तो मेट हो जाए. Queen. Now the instructive part is he finished the game brilliantly. Okay. What to do now? Advantage is white, but execution is very important. So, good move. If you take counter plays there. So instead of taking the pawn, he is preparing bringing knight better. Finish. The game is over. The queen exchange will force and the knight and pawn ending is lost because the vast superiority on the king side. The only move, check, take. The knight ending is lost because the pawn is now guarding the squares and no answer. This will run now. This will run now. This will run. ये स्लो है ये बहुत स्लो है कुछ नहीं ये टू स्लो दिस इज मच फास्टर okay this is easily winning two pass pawns are coming when you play make a weakness you need to be very careful that opponent will not drag you to a forced lost ending when you make a weakness in middle game you must make sure that your initiative will be strong enough to carry on otherwise you will stuck with a bad weakness till the end fi is not the best move okay it doesn't matter anyway you cannot stop the expansion then why weaken the position okay the game is maybe slight better for white okay good move the idea is to seize the deep central square now seizing the center go away white is better now total control of d5 e4 knight d5 I'll go to certain point now a5 well this is unfortunate move but whatever do he is in trouble whatever you do he is in trouble so I will go for the formal exchanges now why this move I want to bring the king to c to improve the position I cannot wait so that go away from the back rank now exchange the queen take take okay this is the diagram I wanted to show you now white has a big advantage what is the advantage the a rook on the open file for operation this rook is more active than compared to this and the knight is superior compared to the bishop so both active pieces and also the targets now the king has to play your king should join the battle this is a very important journey why this is important I am playing with three pieces white is playing rook knight and king and the king will come all the way all the way and then pawn push and king enter white is playing with three pieces and before going maybe I will play rook 8 so the simple plan and black is helpless. The bishop plays a no role. Here, for the time being, bishop plays no role in the game. White is playing three pieces, dominating knight in center, file, forced. Now, rook. Because the knight will seize the d line. Suppose you try for a counter action, The knight is doing a perfect job. Closed. King. Idea. Win king all the way, and giving a threat content. No problem. Don't make these mistakes that will give simple targets. Let him take. It is supported. So he will lose lot of time after pawn into pawn, pawn into. He will lose lot of time in taking a pawn. So faster. Rook, go defend. Make him passive. Now enter. It is for all practical purpose. Black is lost now. He is coming for the pawn. He is coming. He wants to come here, come here, come here. It is too slow. Now, if you give this pawn very fast, after this, this is too fast. You can't give effort to give. Winning. Now the knight will come back again to c5. Oh, it will not work now. The rook and pawn ending is lost. Mate हो जाएगा. It will lead to mating attack or queen quickly. Notice that you want to go quickly. You don't want to take time factor. So this is also winning, by the way. This is also winning. But unnecessary complication will come after f4. So why? When the position is winning, why go to the mud? Why go to the mud? So simple way. Nothing can stop. A rook down. Okay. So I will go to the next one. This is rather opening is not interesting. I will go take you directly to the game. The position, the position is supposed to be little better for white, but this is a bad move. He should have played this. After that, he can maintain the balance. I don't see, I don't see any terror coming in black's way. ब्लैक को ऐसा कुछ खतरा नहीं है. But he played this bad move. अभी इसका क्या करेगा? ये इसका कहाँ लेकर जाएगा? ये रूक अभी क्या करेगा? कहाँ जाएगा? रूक बिलोंग्स टू ओपन फाइल. तो वो रूक क्या करेगा? कुछ नहीं है. Better. Forced. Now he wants to exchange queen, which is this is still playable. White is better. Okay. White is better still. Now bad. See the position. There is black has apparently not many. Black position is bit passive because the rook is cutting off. The rook is more ideal here. But it is not lost. Now he starts playing bad move. One of the main reason. First move in the wrong direction. Now bad move. Brings attack. Now another bad. Now the point is a player should not go for tactics in end game because many times it compromises the position and backfires. For example, now he wants to play b5 b4. So this pawn. And if you play pawn e5 and then knight will come. So this is the point. A bad move. Now what black was dreaming a tempo. Now the pawn is attacked. The knight is under pressure. But everything is bad now. He was expecting some knight move will come. No, this is very strong. Now the knight is Tara's formula. It is bad. And the king is cut off. The rook will enter now. Now the rook will enter. White to play, find a plan. Simple winning plan. You are good in calculation, Parish Kumar, but strategy, I tell you, there is एक ही मंत्र है, एक ही मंत्र है, एक ही एडवाइस है. Classic games. Analyze, study classic games to improve your strategic understanding. You can do read lot of books also. Hanging pawns, pawn structure, attacking the king, art of attack, defense, art of defense. There are hundreds of book on middle game now. But classic game you get everything. You get end game, you get middle game, understanding all good moves. Classics. Why to play? What is the best plan now? Very easy plan. The whole point is this is badly placed. But at the moment they are watching the king. This point. So at the moment they are watching. That means I need to dislodge the rook. I don't want to do this weakness. So this is the idea. I will push the rook back. We cannot give exchange shot. And after that I am free. Attack. And now plus. अभी इसमें कोई दम नहीं. Now that I am playing with three active pieces. Now check. And now king. Idea rook check. Idea rook check. And if you give me a check now, knight check is coming. Rook okay. Now rook d5. Now next check is answered with knight check. Now rook is attacking. Now if you give a check, you lose material. You give knight check and pick up. Sorry, and not this one. I will give this and winning material. Totally hopeless position. Now I don't know why he did not give knight check. Anyway, the players with the endgame they waste a lot of time. Anyway, I think I made a move here. Maybe this position is winning. I think this is simply enough. Simply enough. Okay. So I leave this. हो गया अंडरसन. अंडरसन का दो गेम हो रखा है. Okay, I will take you to. This is just a passive move. The bad move. Active c5 in the actually is equal. After so bad move. Now the pawn structure is bad. The extra pawn is meaningless. The pawn is lost now. Okay. This is okay because defense. Okay. Okay. All right. So both are playing normal chess. Both are threat, counter threat. So everything is okay. So h4 is met by g4. Okay. All right. Now king f3 because the pawn you cannot give it. E pawn is important. Okay. Now what should black do? The position, in my opinion, it is equal. But only black plays correct move. You need always active operation. For example, white king position is little weak. So a natural rook e8 is correct. This is the correct. Now you defend. Exchange the queen. I will play now pawn into. Everything is okay in order. Perfectly equal. So you should play rook e8, putting pressure on the position. The game should offer equal chance. Little better. Of course, white is still better. The attack is not so much that he can put more. That after rook e8, the game will hold some lot of resistance for black. But a bad move practice. Idea, You cannot take the pawn knight into check. This is rubbish. Oh, there is no need to enter in this kind of tactics. Then scientifically, strategically, this is the correct move. All pieces are used, pressure. Now, after this bad move, winning now. Winning. Now double pawns, okay. And after that, I will play with four pieces and clearly winning. Targets. Queen exchange is losing. Now rook into d7 coming. Queen d7 coming. This is lost. After you take, it is lost. Because this is going, this is going. All four active pieces. Lost. So he can't exchange queen. वो आया तो queen into. अभी कुछ नहीं बचेगा. Pawn down है और bad position. खत्म. No entry for the rook. Already pawn down. This is now childish now to continue. फिर आराम से खा गया उसने. नाइट g5 बंद किया, चलेगा. लॉस्ट. आई विल प्ले rd2 now. rd2 आ रहा है बाबू. वो नाइट कोई जागा नहीं. आई एम थ्रेटनिंग रूक d2. सो ये आया. ओके kd1. ओके रूक नाउ. ओके अगेन ही गिव्स a check. नाउ नाइट हो गया. मेट हो जाएगा. कौन बचाएगा तो मेटिंग अटैक आएगा. So it is unnecessary entering for unnecessary tactics. Yeah. It is you have a feeling for positional sense. Now, feeling for positional sense is more important. One more last game of Anderson I will show. I will go to the position direct. Okay. So this is simple. Now white is having a small advantage. Good. So idea, the weakness, now white's two pieces are engaged for this pawn. White two pieces are engaged. So white he just comes here and now the pawn. So that one rook is free now. Now white pieces are more free. Good. Restriction. Good. Here, this, I will tell you here. Okay, there is nothing wrong. Okay, how should you play? All repeating. A bad move, I think. This is a bad move. This is still, the game is tenable, getting again mistakes. How should white play now? Okay, White black to play. Even now the position is bad but defendable. The correct move will defend. Wrong move loses. No, no. It is now. It is black to play. Suresh Bhai. It is black to play. Now it is black to play. Black should play the correct move. And see, this is the only weakness now. This is all good. So this rook is in dark square. So the bishop is there. So you should go to this point. This rook is badly placed. The pawn weakness. So you should simply play RD7. After RD7, knight C5, I will play rook E7 equal. Black should simply play RD7, which is bad but not easy. But bad move. After RD7, I think it is still a game, not easy. But he made the bad move. It is winning now. Now it is winning. The thing is, now I will push the pieces. This is the one will get into trouble. Go away, go away, defend. Rook E7 is rook D7 is not coming. Okay. Now one of the rooks are in under attack. Idea knight into A6. Now knight into A6 will come or knight B7. Gone. अभी ये सब का है but resulting position will now so many more pawn weaknesses for black. अभी exchange back हो तो game lost है. Whatever do it is lost. If you go further back, now knight into bishop and winning. This is lost. One more pawn. So a player should get a feeling when endgame comes. No, you have to play in a scientific way. All right, I leave now. I think Anderson का game हो गया. Let us go to some practical endgame. चार पांच practical endgame. Black to play. Black to play. Now played e5. Okay, good move. So that king is no entry. Good move. How should black play now? This is a critical moment. चलो मैं flip कर देता हूँ. Now black is okay. Black is okay. You have to play correct chess. Ramakrishna gives the correct answer. Double pawn you have to play. E3 saves the game. E3 is equal. It is not easy to force E. You are giving a pawn. This is the correct move. This is the move saves the game. Because after pawn into pawn, I will not allow the king. And no entry. No entry. King d5, king e4, king e6. Equal. Position equal. You play h4, king d6. I will not allow. Take, and king. Draw. But instead of playing this e3 move, he played this bad move. Well, everything changed now. Now it will not work anymore. Now pawn will not work anymore because your tempi is gone. You have to make king. N pass is bad. N pass is bad. King f3 ke4 with one tempi. जाएगा 2-1. Now 2-1 majority is lost. एक छोटा छोटा गलती से या एक छोटा छोटा गलती से गेम चला जाता है. Actually, in king pawn end game, only you have to count tempi, king entry, creation of pass pawn, pawn queening, placement of king, all these things. A small error lost for black. Now this position, it is black to play. Black to play, Babu. Difference between Italian and Royal Lopez the pressure remains longer period. Italian में बहुत पीस एक्सचेंज हो जाता है. Italian defense, we only here close Italian that will go to like Royal Lopez way. But it is not flexible. Royal Lopez will have more wide range of choice. White is now black to play. How should black play? Yes, Suresh Bhai Chowda. Correct move. King D6. Opposition. This diagonal opposition. Draw. Now you play king here, king. Draw. Or you king here, king. Draw. Diagonal opposition. But he made the bad move. Here, this is bad, this is bad. Both are losing. If you go here, lost, or go here, lost. The correct move, king. Now, king d6, king c8. I will not leave opposition. कहीं भी जाओ, opposition, opposition. But bad move. Now, king b7. Diagonal opposition ले लिया. Now it is lost. Now king d6 and now king losing. Because by that time you come 1 and 2, he will also come 1 and 2. Zugzwang. So you have to now break the opposition. You have to play somewhere enter and this is just gone. So सीधा सीधा drawn position को हारा. हैं? Rigo, this is lost, even this is lost. You come king. Now Zugzwang. No, I will play rather. You play, no, here. King. I would rather play Zugzwang here. Enter. Next. So the correct move here, simply king d6 draw. All other moves loses. This is white to play. Can white win the game? My question is, can white win? Hello, Parvatakar. क्या करोगे भाई? What will white do? Suresh Bhai Chawda, congratulations. Now King G5 draw. If you play King G5, there is no win. Now suppose you play King G5, there is no win. Draw. You have to enter only King. Now the correct move is to play King. King G. This is winning. King. Now he will not come. Now if you play here, you will enter. So opposition. Waiting for. So he will wait. Black's idea. Now if you go to the square, he will go. And if you go to the square, he will oppose. But But white has a tempi. White has one tempi. So he will win the game. King. Now only move king. Now g5. Now only move king. But then f5. Now for protected pass pawn. Or you take the king enters. If you take, the king will take, king will enter, and then it is easy. Easy. Easy winning. So you cannot take the pawn. Now come push finish. Now I have to break. The point is the winning process is just throw the pawn. Because here pawn king will be on sixth rank. Whether it is opposition doesn't matter. Once the king reaches sixth rank, then opposition does not work. Just throw the pawn. Now king into pawn, penetrate. Now you come here, penetrate. Come here, come. This is winning. Winning is it. So the whole point is that tempi, and now notice that this is the move. And if it is a rook pawn, it is draw. Suppose we move the position one file to the right, यानी के ये सब pawn एक एक square हम कर देंगे तो ये draw हो जाएगा. We cannot push this pawns one rook pawn. So this is knight pawn. So this is winning. Martha Godani, welcome. So the correct plan was king g3, king g3 and winning the game. And now g5 and then f5, winning. This position is also, who is this? White to play and win. White is winning. Simple. Pawn f7. Now, you only legal move. Now don't play here, stalemate. You are force him to take the pawn. Whatever you do. Enter. Winning. Black to play. What is the outcome of the game? What is the outcome of the game? Result क्या होगा? Such positions you should know by thumbnail. No, this is just opposition. King coming opposition. Now king comes. Okay, if you maintain king c2, again it will draw. If you come here, I will just draw the king. Now king here, king. So he goes for a4. Now taking the pawn will lose the king. You take, the king will enter. You don't have to take. Now the point is this pass pawn, the rule of the square. This is the square. As long as the king in the square, draw. You can never push the pawn. Even if you take the pawn and he will play capture. Suppose imagine the pawn is here and when you capture the pawn, white goes kb4. Still king b6. When you push the pawn, you will go for the a7. And even if you take kb6 draw. So king in the square, it is a draw. It is a draw, okay. So Opposition. I'm in the square. Very much in the square. Distant opposition. Distant opposition. Opposition. Now don't go to this bad square. You have to stay in the square and maintain the opposition. So this is bad move. Now this is correct move. Diagonal. Diagonal opposition. I'm in the square. Now diagonal opposition. Stay in though this is losing. So diagonal opposition. Now stay in the square. I am very much in the square. So draw ये opposition maintain कर रहा हूँ. You go here. You see go. I can maintain distant opposition. Meeting draw. Suppose you play this move. Suppose you play this back draw. Within the square, I will maintain opposition or distant opposition. White to play, white is winning. But how? How white will win this position? भाई बन व्हाइट को जीतना है. कैसा जीतेगा व्हाइट? Why don't you answer? Somebody has to participate. How white will win the game? Veerabhadra Singh, Ramakrishna, sir, can you tell me difference between Italian Royal Opes? I have already told Ramakrishna. In Italian game, the pieces are exchanged quickly. In Royal Lopez, the pressure remains for a longer period. In Italian game, the close Guico piano is somewhat similar to Royal Lopez, but less choices. In Royal Lopez, there is a wide range of choice. In close Italian, there is choices are limited. It is not a draw; it is a win. White is winning. No, this natural move is a bad move. Actual game में वो white played this natural bad move. King f3, king here, bad move. White throws away the win. This game, this position is analyzed by Mark Dorowski, one of the greatest coaches. A great coach, Mark Dorowski, has annotated King f3 was played by the player. A very strong player played this bad move. King e3 is winning. Now this is winning. King e3. Now bad move king f3. Now no more win. Draw. हो गया draw. अभी now if you go, it is a rook pawn. You go here, rook. You go here, king. Draw. ये अभी खेला. Now king. Draw. Rook pawn है. If it is not a rook pawn, knight pawn, then pawn h5 will win. But it is a rook pawn. So here king e3, pawn push, draw, rook pawn. So here this is bad. At least now this position, king f7, distant opposition. Distant opposition is a draw, made a bad move, careless. And again white wins the game. White does not give a second chance again. Winning. Now why should I go? Now the point is black is ready. If you play opposition, but this place no opposition. This place no opposition. No opposition. Because you come here, king d5 penetration. You are supposed to be here. Black is supposed to come here. No penetration. Now penetration. हो गया काम खत्म तमाम एंटर किंग खत्म सिंपल एरर्स गेम में 3 मिस्टेक हुआ है व्हाइट मेड 1 मिस्टेक एंड ब्लैक मेड 1 मिस्टेक 2 3 मिस्टेक्स ये नहीं है अभी ये हो गया लेट अस डू सम स्टडीज नाउ अरे भाई भाई बन rather simpler studies king e1 king g1 queen b6 g2 white to play and win white is winning White is winning because this bishop is poorly placed. The king is poorly placed. And now the rook mobility. So this simple zugzwang. White creates a zugzwang by queen to f6. Now only rook move. So if you move the rook here, the queen check is coming. So rook cannot go, cannot. So this is also bad. If you go here, queen check is a mate. The only move king. The only move now he will play queen f6, no rook, and now queen f4. Sorry, queen f4. Now again he has to move rook, a check, winning. Now check. This should win, no? I think queen f4, queen f6. What is he going to do now? King s2. He will play king s2 rather. He won't play this move. King s2. He will wait. Then queen h4 check. Only move. Now queen f4 zugzwang. It is a zugzwang now. Rook cannot go anywhere. He will lose the rook by check. दो तीन check में कट जाएगा. The only move is now rook h2. And now after rook check, the only move king and a checkmate. So mating net, uncomfortable piece position, the power of the queen. Another mating net. Let me put another mating net. Okay, king f3. Not a mating net. This is not a mating net. All right. It's the white to play element. This is elementary win. I want to see elementary win. Rook s7, then what? In the last position, the rook will fall. In the last position, rook s2. You want me to put the position again? Elementary win. Okay, I will go back to the position. Not king e4. You have to make a pawn break. Dusra, there is no other chance. You have to make pawn break. So here king coming here. Now king, now pawn break. Take, take. Now king. Now king here. Now king winning. Or you can come, I will penetrate. Suppose you come king penetrate. Very easy win. So you will come king, then I will play king. So you have to now do. Then this is a elementary win. Elementary win. Now this winning. And take the opposition. Okay, last position you are not convinced. I will go back to the last position. I will go back. Here, the king was on e1, king was on g1, rook g2, bishop s, and then pawn here. And the pawn is not there on the board. Okay. Now queen e6. So I told you that queen is winning. Now I told you what to play. So white is winning. So what do you want to do? Here I say this is winning. King s2. If you rook somewhere mate, so you want to do rook here. Okay, in this case also winning. Maybe what can I do here? I will come queen. Now you have to play back again. Now check. You have to come check. You have to come queen. Zugzwang. Now you come here again. Okay, how do I win? Now simple. Queen check and mate. Same mate. The only move and checkmate. Same mate. Okay. So this is forcing mate only. Or you lose the rook. King e2, rook e8, and bishop knight d6 on e3 and h2. Okay. And king h7. Now bishop f6, knight g4, pawn a2 b2, a2 b2, b7, g7, g6. There is a knight on. One more knight should be there. White to play and win. White to play and win. Suresh Bhai Chawda, NG5 correct move. Because if bishop into knight coming, no stopping mate. Mate unstoppable. So he will not take it. He will attack the knight. He will attack the knight. King will not take the knight. He will attack the knight. No, no, no. You see, the whole point is this is a bad move. This is a bad move. After this, now knight has a defense. You give a check. You give a check now. There is a defense. So you should not give mechanical checks. Mechanical checks is bad. You give this check also, not working. Now I have a defense. But the whole point is check here. Rook check. King into h4 checkmate. I know all of you can solve this, but I wanted to see how fast you do. So the simple check, check. The squares are guarded. So knight check, king, rook check, takes checkmate. White to play. White to play and win. Yeah. So, correct move, Suresh Bhai Chavda. Knight C1 winning. Winning it. Bishop cannot move. Knight mate. Knight check will win the game easily. So, bishop cannot move. Knight into. So, here only move pawn into. Pawn into knight. King into. Now only legal move. Knight mate. Mate. So, knight E1 is the correct answer. Knight C1 is the correct answer. Okay. Now, white to play and win. White to play and win. Think again. Not correct. Not correct. World champion. Notation is wrong. Bishop h7. Not bishop h2. This is bishop h7. The point is the king cannot go to the square because of mate. King cannot go. Checkmate. So the king cannot go to this square, this square, this square, only square. He cannot go this because queen will fall. Here the queen will fall. And here it will be mate, checkmate. So only square. There is only one correct square. But now queen check Jugzwa because he cannot go to any of these two squares because of the skewer. And this is guarded. So the only square, the only square. But then here he will lose the game because of bishop check. Now the only square check. Now the only square. But then bishop check he cannot take. Then skewer. Now cannot go to this square square. Cannot take this square. So you cannot go. This is guarded. So only square. But then square. Okay. So bishop h7. If you go here to checkmate in one. Checkmate. White to play and win. White is winning the game. You know, every diagram has a theme. Every diagram has a theme. 2006. I played the 2006 ONGC Cup Hyderabad. 2006. Ramakrishna, the player, he did not beat me. He beat grandmasters also. He beat grandmasters left and right. How can White win this? There is an interesting theme. Please find out the theme. Prithviraj, now you know the player. Okay, queen check. So only move. Queen check. The only move. Queen check. Only move. Now this endgame wins. The reason is now check. You do check or not doesn't matter. Now the king will be mated. All I want my knight to this point. So just come here. Idea knight coming mate or knight coming mate. So the whole point is exchange the queen at right place. So give a check, give a check, give a check, check, mate. Okay. Now I go to the next one. Three, four more end games. White to play and win. White to play and win the game. How does White win? White को अभी कैसा जीतना है भाई? Correct move. Rook check. Forced. Forced. Queen check. He cannot go to the squares. He cannot go here. Check. So only move. Only move. Check. Now, if you go here square, the only move. Check. Check wins. Very well played. Well played, Suresh Bhai. Now, white to play and win. Draw. Win, draw. The pawns are queening. These pawns are coming in this direction. White to play now. And how should white play? Yes, yes. Yes, yes. You are right. You are very right. Yes, you are right, Ramakrishna. Exactly. No, 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 not NC3, not NC3. The point is, if you delay, he is winning quickly. Now the point is, you should go to a square, not NC3. This is correct. Now the queen has no check. Now black queen cannot give a check, and he is giving a mate threat. Mate threat. So there is only one way to stop mate threat. There is no other move. He does not have a check here. So the only move. But then check takes. Now there is no win. Now he will push the pawn and knight. He will push the pawn and now he will play knight f4. He will push the pawn. King d2. Now if you queen, it is a checkmate. Queen, it is a checkmate. Or bishop or rook. If you make queen, bishop or rook checkmate, and if you make it a knight, then king here to e1. Again checkmate. No stopping checkmate. Two different places. Two different places. So king d2 exclamation. And now king f1, it is not working. Knight d5 exclam. Because pawn queens anyway checkmate. Checkmate. So you have to save the mate. You cannot do anything promotion mate. So only move. Then again I repeat. Once again I repeat. No promotion mate. So king e1 exclam. So this is well okay. So this is winning. Now draw. Now two more examples. Two more. It is better you all participate. Hardly one answer. I am getting one answer. More participation. Even if it is mistake, no problem. No problem. You must feel free to open your mind. Okay. King d2 and king g1. Bishop and knight. Knight a4. ये तो हो गया. 'Last one. 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 ' King F2, B4 C2, B4, yeah, I guess so. And black has got A2, A6, C6, F5. It is white to play and win. White is winning. Sureshbhai Chawda and Mohit stream. Bishop C7 check, good move. Now king must watch this square, otherwise bishop will come. So only move. Bishop C7 good move. Now king only move to control E5. आगे क्या है? Yes, good move. Mohit stream. D3 check. Again the only move. Only available square. How white will win the game now? No, 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 not C3, not C3. No, no king E2, no. White has two different wins. White can win the game in two different ways. No, no, no. There are two winning plan, not one. Two winning plan here. Take 2 minutes. We have time. We have all the time in the world. Take 2 minutes, 3 minutes. दो प्लान से एक प्लान ढूंढो. Two winning plan, not one. सुरेश भाई चावड़ा says बिशप B6. तो क्वीन करेगा. चेक है. चेक है तो किंग आएगा. Why this? Why this move? Here, here. If you give a check, why cannot I come here? Why cannot I come here? विन कहाँ से है? So here check, check, and here come. Where is the win? Where is the win? Now you give a check. I can come here also. No, this is not correct. Not correct. Maybe king here. So this is not correct move. Not correct move. There are two wins here. दो win है. No, no, no. Not correct. Not correct. Bishop D8, king E5 will come. On bishop D8, king E5 will come. White has two winning plan. No, not king E2. Not king E2. Queen हो जाएगा. King E2, I will make queen. I will give you 1 more minute. 1 more minute. करो भाई. किंग E2 कैसा होगा? किंग E2, A1 क्वीन, C3 चेक, क्वीन C3. क्या मिलेगा? What is the fun? No, not king F3. There are two plans. There are two plans. Plan number one, bishop f4. Queen, then bishop h6. Idea mate. Idea checkmate. Idea mate. If you come here, bishop check. So only move. But then queen bishop check. And now, whatever you do, the queen is lost. So bishop f4 wins. Bishop f4 wins. Bishop f4 wins now. There is another win. Bishop d6. This is also winning. This is winning because now you queen. Then I will play bishop to f8. Idea, threat. Mate and queen. Mate and queen. Dono. So you have to stop the threat. You have to stop the square. But then the end game is winning. This is a winning end. So the correct move here, bishop check, the only square, check, only square. Then bishop d6, good move. It will force a winning end. Now bishop f8, threat, king को कोई जगह नहीं है, not working, only move. But then check, take, and winning. And I would say this is even better. Bishop f4 is stronger because no end game. Then queen, the same thing, but here not only threat, the queen has only go to the square, only move to control this, only move. But then bishop check picks up the queen. So thank you very much, friends. So I will be back on Thursday morning. I will see the file which sent by Birabhadra on that Tata Steel file. I will see today and tomorrow, and then I will select some really good games to talk about it. Okay, I am not using engine. I am not using engine. I don't have engine with me actually. I am not using. But anyway, I will just see, go through that and discuss. Chess is like language. The top players are very fluent at it. Talent can be developed scientifically, but you have to find first what you are good at. Very right. Very right. Anand said the correct thing. Suresh Bhai Chawda, thank you. Yes, I will discuss the games of Tata Steel on Thursday. Maybe 2 3 days I will discuss Tata Steel games. Thank you, Virabhadra, for sending me the file. On Thursday, Friday, I will send. I will analyze it. Okay. तब तक सबको मेरा नमस्कार. Take care and bye.